Hi, friends. So today marks the fourth anniversary, month anniversary of my starting treatment. I made a video at 3 months stating that I felt like I felt better than when I started treatment. And so right now at 4 months, I definitely feel better than when I started treatment. There are things that I can do that I hadn't done in a long time. Things like I've been able to cook a little bit, and do more walking, and just even be more cognitively functional. So all welcome changes. Overall, definitely seeing improvement, and the treatment is working. Um, I probably don't look too top shape today. I had very little sleep. It's been about a week that I'm on my flagyl that I have to take for another week, and it's less brutal than last time for the digestion, but it's still pretty brutal. And so I was up till about 3:30, hunched over the toilet in various positions, and awake since 7. Couldn't sleep again because too much, really, really, really bad nausea that makes me unable to sleep or actually even think much. It's the kind of nausea that actually ends up occupying the mind. It feels like I'm constantly managing. My brain is busy managing kind of what's going on here to make sure that I don't puke, as it seems like I could at any point in time. So I need to be really careful with that and move very slowly and rest a lot. Um, Other than that, on Wednesday, so 2 days ago, I saw my doctor, which is always nice. He's very happy with how I'm doing as well, and he seemed pretty impressed with how my body's dealing with the antibiotics. And he's looked at my blood work that I will be doing every 6 weeks to make sure that my liver and my kidneys and all these other things are functioning well despite all the antibiotics. And my blood tests were perfectly fine, which made me laugh because exemplary exemplary blood work, 13 years running. I mean, that's what I've had, so I didn't expect there to be anything. But I also found out some interesting information. um, Jan and I got a genetic testing done through 23andMe, which was pretty easy, convenient, and not too expensive. And that gives you your ancestry, which is interesting. Where where they think you're coming from. So I'm mostly European, not much of a surprise there. Um, and it also gives you some raw data in terms of your genes, and then you can use that data to kind of get results. That's as far as I'm going to explain. Um, so I have a methylation profile that I outputted from the raw data, and a detox profile. So the detox profile, my genes are really good for the detox profile, meaning that my liver is working really well, and which could explain why I'm doing so well with the antibiotics, and that's very, very encouraging news to know that my body is, maybe predetermined to, deal well with that. Obviously, as much as a body's supposed to deal with such a harsh treatment. As for the methylation profile, well, that was a little different. So there's a gene, MTHFR mutations, which are being studied right now, and there's two mutations in particular, and I have one of the two, both genes. So that means both of my parents gave me one of them mutated, and both my parents gave me the other one not mutated. And that can have a lot of effects on chronic illness, chronic pain. People have been known, if you have, like I have with the two, I've read that there's anywhere between 10 and 30%. It's working at 10 and 30% capacity of what it's supposed to be working at. So that there might be a link between that and all the chronic symptoms and illnesses, well, chronic symptoms, let's say, that I developed throughout the Lyme disease. And could explain why those came out. It's very much associated with irritable bowel syndrome, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, blood clotting, and things like that. So I don't know too much about it. I have to research it. There's a lot to kind of go through before I can even understand any more. But that's what I know. And it's just nice to have, I guess, a little bit of information. Yeah, as long as I don't like worry about that too much. Because I mean, we all have genes, and we all, I'm sure, could find a whole bunch of stuff mutated and not mutated. So I try to look at it that way, where it just gives me info as to how to help myself. For example, people with that mutation should avoid taking folic acid. That's like a very important information for me, because you don't transform the folic acid into something that's usable by your body, so it could end up floating around in your body. So yeah, in other good news, I've been yesterday I walked 1.5 kilometers. So that was really nice. I hadn't done that in a while, maybe about almost 2 weeks where I'd walked that long. Um, but when the moment I came home, I ended up falling asleep for 2 hours and a half. So I guess it's a good average of hours sleep per kilometer made. Not very efficient, but I was glad to give my body the rest. And yeah, I guess that's it for now.